Hello, dear friends, and welcome to our international discussion. Today, we are here with our distinguished speakers of the forum and my co-host, Alex, from Germany.
Hello.
And today, we're here to discuss the topics that were brought up at the forum. Global crisis, our survival is in unity. We see how much feedback we received afterwards, how many letters, how many emails, how much buzz in social media, how many retweets, and how much more understandable this information, how much more closer to each one of us, the questions and the topics of our survival as a civilization, and the fact that we can only together overcome what's coming up climate-wise. And our speakers of the forum, we have Robert Mikita from Slovakia. We have Anastasia Pashigreva from United States.
Hello, dear friends.
And also we have a guest speaker all the way from Chicago. It's who goes by the name Mastermarduk. Thank you so much. Let me pass it to my co-host, Alex.
Yes, friends. So it's really great to have you all today. And, it's also a wonderful opportunity for all of us to discuss how about the forum?
For me, probably the most important thing was to deliver the message which all our climate research team have and with what we are living, and to share this understanding what is really going on with the climate. And it's not about just the weather. It is about the global changes which is occurring in the Earth, and that everyone should be aware of. And another thing, it's of course, I always pay close attention at the disasters and the eyewitnesses testimonies, how they came through it. And it is really heartbreaking to see what is going on, and that I really hope that this message about how many disasters happening, and that nowadays we are having like 200 disasters per day. Also about the vision which was given to the forum, because my understanding that we kind of living in a society, and we see only such a small window, and we only see this life, and many people even they don't understand that we can live somehow differently. And then they hear about creative society, they try to say that it's a way how we live. It is okay to have wars. They try to justify the way how we live, and they even don't see that there
held on November 12th was one and only. Never before in the entire history of humankind so many people gathered from so many countries and prepared such an amount of information that was actually delivered to the viewers, to everybody, that this never before happened. And also when we look at how many people actually watch the forum and how many people just click on the transmission, those numbers are extraordinary. So, and for me, it's conscious choice how we're gonna deal with this that's actually happening on the planet. So for me, this was number one. This event was just extraordinary.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. Yeah, thank you for sharing your impressions. It's really extraordinary, and you understand how important it is for the whole humanity.
It was a positive, real message that the world needs to hear. And I was shocked when I seen it, because it shows that we're tired, not just in the United States of America, but all across the world. We've been put through a lot of mental breakdown, a lot of physical breakdown, emotional, and you have a lot of people that just fed up. And we don't get nowhere without coming together. It's all about unity, like you said, and just watching, we are the ones that run us. So what better way to fix it is talking to each other from different states and different nationalities, and so we can figure it out and make it one world peace, and everybody live with love and enlightenment and all the high vibrations.
Thank you. Yeah, ultimately, that's what we all want, what we all people feel like is the most important thing. Like even when we were conducting interviews very long time ago and asking people what actually unites people, the most common answer was that love is what unites people. But how do you put love as a legal term, right? In legal terms, the best way to put it is to put human life on top of social media accounts. We can share this information, and there are many ways to do it. So I wanted to ask our speakers again, what do you think the easiest thing that each one of us, and people watching this stream, what do people can actually do to connect with other people, to pass the message? Maybe you have some inspiring stories, like for example, our team here in the US, we've seen so many people actually writing us letters that, guys, we finally understood what creative society is about. We were so many people who were following us, but staying in shadow, never actually showing any activity, all of a sudden started making TikToks and videos and participating in streams. It's like people coming out of the shadow
and sharing the logo, and that placing it on your social media, placing the sticker on a car, and that's definitely attracts attention. Just people will notice this, and they will ask you what is this, those who did not know. But the most important thing, I'm a pretty shy person, and for me it was a kind of strange thing to do, to share this. But, I think sharing information, it is more like a caring, because it is the most important movement. And I found for myself, it is so fulfilling when I talk to people, and not only talking to friends, but then we partner and put this logo. Of course, it is a kind of weekend, but we were able to talk to people on the administration, on this in this reception, and we explained that we are volunteers. We really would like to promote this and to share this information. And you're talking just to random person, but I really feel that this idea really sparks people, and they're interested. And we are not asking for donations. We are not raising money. We really want to bring this idea, and then manager come out and we explained him, and then it is like another people. And if in the end our goal would be that we will get this informational partnership from big companies, it's great. But also the process itself, it is so fulfilling, and it is really inspiring for me. And if before I was trying to reach small groups of people and talk one-to-one, now I really feel that talking to more people and finding more opportunities to speak, so that not only your friends would hear it from you, but also that they would see this sign everywhere, and they can, and then someone else will tell them about this. So I think it's our goal. It's just to be honest, I was thinking that, my job is just to talk to one person and then to wait, then someone else will come. No, my job is to talk to my friend, and then to make you see all these opportunities that actually we have, right? Like talking to people directly, explaining them all the benefits, and you also start speaking with people on street, right? Like use any kind of opportunity that you are somewhere going out to buy something, or you need something, and then you also start talking to people, because these are all unique chances that we have every day, and maybe we meet this person once per our life, so let's use the chance in order to tell about creative society. So it's really very, very inspiring. Thank you so much for your sharing.
Sometimes you have on a business meeting people coming in and telling you how hard it is or what is going on, and then that's perfect opportunity to tell them that, hey, it doesn't have to be this way, it can be a different way. And it's all up to us to change it. And you can share it on your social media. You can share it on we have it in our signature, email signature of our company. So, and all of a sudden you met with people and they keep asking it, what is it about? What is it actually that you're doing? And so people do notice it. Whenever they have the opportunity, display it, show it, tell it, they do notice it, even though they don't read. When you have a discussion, even when somebody comes to visit you for a cup of coffee, or a family comes for a tea, you just discuss it, talk about it, just naturally. It doesn't have to be, every time, yeah, we have to talk about that. No, do it naturally, and then that's the best way. Because then people start feeling that you're not pushing them to do something, and they kind of find that drive and that desire in themselves, and that's even better. Thank you.
Absolutely, Robert. Thank you for doing so much. And I think people not even realizing how much these people that are with us on this project, how can you explain someone that is the main project of the humanity that changing the whole format of living from consumeristic into creative? And there is no other way to explain it, but somehow all people understand what it is about. And the question we also often being asked, like, what do you start with? And I say you start with just speaking up, and then you receive questions, and then while you don't have to know the answers to all the questions. You say, okay, my friend, this might be something I don't understand myself. Let's find out together. How is economy going to be working? How can we build the economy in which there will be no inflation? How can we fix the issue of what I was thinking, universal basic income? And when I was discussing it, I found out from my colleagues, from my friends, from volunteers, that it is not universal basic income. It is unconditional basic income. So it's a completely different sense of UBI. It doesn't matter if you work or you don't work, you receive multiple. So it's like 360 views. If you unite all these cameras into a global network, it's just, there's zero chance of anyone escaping a crime. So you can instantly, even using today's technologies, make our society so much safer. But most importantly, and this is the crucial moment, that all the power belongs to people. There is no way for a single dictator or small group of people to abuse the concept of power in creative society, because power equally distributed among all people, and people select not someone to rule over them. It doesn't matter for decades or for 4 years until next election, right? This is not existing itself, the meaning of power. We hire a manager who's supposed to do this. How is this not communism? You're talking about these social benefits. And we say, guys, it have nothing to do with communism or socialism or any other dictatorships. That was consumeristic format, which was a perfect example how not to build society. You should never empower small group of people or one person to abuse it. And this is why it's when people start like getting answers to the questions that bother them, I feel like it's a really different thing. So I wanted to ask our guest, Mastermarduk, maybe you have some questions which sparked in your mind and which you was like, wow, this is what I understand now. This is what kind of questions I have.
And started to relay certain messages to let people know that we own the power. Literally, the people of the world, we own the power. And we're all sent here to be used, but not misused. And a lot of us are being misused. And we add all these different politics, we add all the money, we add all the jobs, we add all the different skins, we add all these different separations, which puts us out of, and it's crazy because we're all electrical beings and we're all part of nature. But just imagine if we were to go outside with that sun beaming on all of us, and we got all these different people around us full of love and excitement and enlightenment. You will start seeing something way more spectacular than imagined. But it starts with us. It starts with us. Like I said, I thank you guys because, like I said, I wouldn't even know certain things about myself if I didn't listen to people on TikTok. And that's being honest. I would not know certain laws if I didn't watch TikTok and watch certain positive energy. But once you start positive influencers they broke certain things down to me, and then I did the research and did my own due diligence and looked it up, and they were right. And literally, like, all of us helping each other and doing what we're doing right now, it may not seem to other people that's looking in like, okay, yeah, they may not be going anywhere, but give it another month. You're going to see a lot of people start caring. You're going to see a lot of people start loving. And we all been tricked. The question is, can we realize that we've been caring about your neighbor matters, you know? And I feel like when we all come together and we all love each other, there really won't be too much of none of the negativity, because too many people are going off the vibration of love. And if the vibration of love is more powerful than the vibration of the hate and all that, the vibration of love will win. We just have to get enough people over in the vibration of love to take over the other negativity part.
Yeah, it's really very by any kind of characteristics or whatever. It's something that really unites us. It's this feeling of love, you know, all these good understanding the feelings and moral values and everything that you understand deep inside, that this is true. And this how it should be, because like for me, creative society, that's the world how it should be look like, right? So the one humanity, one civilization, finally, so we can become civilization, and not like just like some groups of people, nations, cultures living abroad, and you know, like it's all these feeling that really just that some people living on Earth, they still don't know about creative society, but it's our task to inform whole 8 billions of humans that are right now on this planet. And we need to do it as many ways as possible. There are really a lot of creative ways, so I suggest you to watch a video about it.
It is important that all 8 billion people learn about the Creative Society project and support it. How can this be achieved in society? And every user of your network will spread the news to the whole world.
I work with a large group of volunteers, and we have an official Creative Society account.
I am over 60. I'm a grandmother and a blogger. In my posts, I talk about the Creative Society.
Hello friends, my name is Gabo Korchak. I'm a chef. Informing is the first and most difficult stage in building the creative
Webpage.
You're always on trend when you wear the Creative Society logo.
The only thing we need is the Creative Society. The Creative Society.
and has a QR code which people can scan to access the project homepage.
I support Creative Society and I inform people every single day about Creative Society, as you can see on my car and even on the plate.
So you can imagine how important it is to put this message about the Creative Society, the 8 Foundation, and the way to get even more information with the QR code.
Leave information about the Creative Society in coffee shops, doctors' offices, the local grocery shops, the hairdressers, anywhere, even on the wing of an airplane.
We are in Berlin today, shooting a film about the Creative Society in an Italian cafe. We told the chief and owner of this cafe about the project, and he became really interested.
Please support this idea of young people who are fighting for and promoting a better world for all of us.
Today I'm in the pediatric surgery department. My son has been treated here for more than 3 weeks. Such a small action as informing people can change the destiny of many.
Don't know where to get a model? It's already solved. Just go to the Creative Society website to the design section and choose the one you like. So let's do anything we can to build a creative society as soon as possible. Write poems, songs, make short videos, memes, and even jokes about. For example, the phrase, "If you do not support a creative society, don't touch me," can be printed on a toilet paper. If you are a business owner, put the Creative Society banner on your website or add the logo to your products. Show that you care about all people.
Since I have my own tailor shop, I inform people when I'm at work.
One of the fastest methods of conveying the information about the Creative Society is via media. Participate in talk shows, podcasts, news, or any other program about the Creative Society and its benefits.
It's the most important thing I can do in my life, and it's the most important thing I can do for all of humanity.
We were also invited as guests to the Storytime program on Radio Italy, where we talked about the Creative Society.
You can also put advertisements about the Creative Society in articles, newspapers, magazines, and on billboards. Place the Creative Society content on television, both local and global.
Great news! Soroka TV is now showing interviews and excerpts from various videos about the Creative Society project. The more creative content there is, the faster we will succeed in building the Creative Society.
The Creative Society project's logo should be everywhere, all over the world. It should be recognizable in every corner of the world.
It's a platform where every person can raise their voices and speak about what challenges them as individuals but also as a society. It's the voice of the people and it's the people to make the change that we want.
It's only together that we can change the world. It's you and me come together for a betterment. That's why I call upon everyone, friends, brothers, sisters, to come and be part of this great project for the betterment of our world.
Be creative and think of other ways to let the world know about the Creative Society. But don't forget that everything has to be within the framework of the law. The sooner people learn about the Creative Society, the sooner we will be living in it. If you want to have a decent life, tell everyone about the Creative Society.
We're all unite on one platform, on the Creative Society platform, and we talk about the fact that we need to change the system we're in from the one that's consumer-oriented with money and power is number one to the one where we deserve to do well. Let's take a picture.
I have a big flag, and when I ride my bike, I attach this flag and the small ones to show that this way I draw people's attention to the Creative Society.
The marathon is a great way for the city to learn about the amazing project, the Creative Society.
Wow, guys. Turns out it's super easy and fun, and you can use all the creative ways, from sky jumping with a parachute and printing out the logos. There are multiple occasions where people put it on public transportation, like the whole bus is branded into Creative Society, and it's all done by people. It's not an excuse to say I don't have money or something. Anyone can do this. Put a sign in your backyard, or put a sticker on your bumper, or even a flag on your bicycle. It all comes to attract an attention, but in this case, we attract attention for a very good cause, to inform people that their life is valuable and that we can build a whole society in which human life will be the most valuable thing. And it's your life, my friend, that matters the most. So thank you all for this amazing examples of how to inform people. And I would like to ask our participants, what is this moving force that gives you energy, that allows you to do so much for the project, that allows you to do all this sleepless nights when you prepare the speeches for the forum, where you're working on the materials, when you conducting endless interviews with specialists regarding climate, first of all, because it's the specialty that Anastasia is working in. So Anastasia, how was your preparation for this conference unique and special from the previous forums you took part in?
Yeah, that's a great question. And answering on your question, what is a driving force? What is motivation? To me, it is, first of all, knowledge and understanding what is going on right now with the information which is available to public about the climate change, about the natural disasters. And for us, for the participants who monitoring climate, for those who study the climate change reasons, who connect with the scientists, we live every day in this information, and we know how many earthquakes happened today, where was flooding, what anomalies are happening today. And it's a kind of you see this, and you don't need to have a PhD in order to understand that if now in Brazil we have flooding, then next summer we will see similar floodings in the United States. And it is, for me, it's very miserable that so many people are not aware of the real situation. And the reason for it is the misinformation which is spread in media and the information which our scientists have. And as it was said in forum, that there are two groups of scientists right now. First group believes that there is a huge changes and in the climate, with natural disasters, and all this happened because of CO2. No one questions how CO2 can explain enormous floodings, that hurricane getting enormous powers. All these mechanisms are not discussed. There is just one reason. And another group of scientists who saying that CO2 have no influence, but at the same time, there is nothing happening with the climate. And both groups are presenting the real data. One group present the data on CO2, another groups finding the data which saying that there is no increase in natural disaster, there is no increase in number of deaths, and look how much lie is coming out. And to me as a person, what I see is that it's a lot of disappointment from the eyewitnesses who said, I never knew that this will happen to me. I never expected I can lose my house within a days. I could not expect that whole family of my neighbors will be dying. I was not aware what is going on. And really what is going on is that we don't have information. And it's very important for me that people would get this information. And why I don't sleep at nights is that I want to get as many scientists to bring their attention that there is a problem. Please look at that. And I really want that other people would look how many cataclysms are happening. like every day, look, they are increasing. And like all this information, it is very crucial and it is very important. And what I really love about this forum, that we announced about the model, and we announced the real terms that in fact we have 5-6 years. And it's essentially like everyone who is following us, they know that our focus was always correct. The topics we bring during the forums, we are always ahead of time. If you hear something a year ago, it will soon come to the mass media. You will read scientific papers. But what we bring in, it is much earlier than everyone talks about this. It's because our outstanding analytical team and enormous support we're getting. And it was very important to announce the information on times, how much time left. And it is seriously 5 to 6 years left. And there is no jokes. And I think everyone who is in our climate team would be really willing that it would be our mistake. But I don't know, maybe it is even optimistic focused that it is happening right now. And we have such a short period of time. There is no even time to think, just pay attention. And I really wish that we would have more information supporting us. And just that I think that it's by speaking to the scientists. A year ago, I was getting a lot of pushback and they say, no, it is not possible. And now when I talk to them and show the data, show the real data, show in our presentations, show our statistics, they say, yes, I was not aware of this information. Please send me your presentation and I will share and I will think on that. And it is very, very important. It's very important that every person who learns about this information, that he would continue to share it, just to talk about this. And now I see that it is in our hands to save lives of each other, because only understanding what is a real threat, what is our main enemy, we can come to the solution. And this message that human life is the highest value, it is very important when we talk about the climate change. And I would really like that this message would reach every person, just every person, every my neighbor, so that they would know that it is a natural disaster coming, that their life should have the highest value. And it's just that it's everyone in my neighborhood and in my city would know that human life is the highest value. And like, I personally think that my duty as a person who is involved in the climate science research is to bring this information to scientists, to bring this information to ordinary people, and like to make people aware. And only by having this truthful information, we can make a choice. And what was also very important part of this forum is that we announced that the model, what we are talking about, it was built 10 years ago, and it was built by the most prominent scientists in the world. It was built by the strongest professionals, not those who are eating grants, but those who really caring for humanity. And it was 8 years which proved that this model was right. And just let's not lose time. Let's just move on and just bring this information to everywhere and share that we literally have 5 to 6 years and we need to act urgently. So, and I will continue to don't sleep. And I really hope that very soon it will be more and more people connected so I can have a bit more time to rest. But I think it is a duty for every person who knows about it. It is really our duty. You cannot be silent knowing that the house of your neighbor is on fire. So Thank you very much. And I know that many people are also like, I know that Tali is also spreading a lot of this information of CO2. And I know that Alex is also involved in this climate change studies. And I would really sincerely like to thank every person who is doing this work on the Creative Society and who is spreading this information, because it is very crucial. And this is very important message nowadays, that we are all in danger. And thank you very much, friends.
Thank you so much. And I really don't know what I can add to this. So because what you just shared about this, your deep understanding of the problem and the urgency of the situation. Yeah, I don't know what I can add. It's really at utmost importance, and in order to survive for all of us, we need to really appreciate our time and attention. So what we are doing during the day, whether we are looking for news or doing something for ourselves, or whether we're doing something for the whole society, and investing our own time in our own future. Because nowadays, everything depends on us, simple, ordinary humans who are sharing this information, sharing in order to really survive. I have no other words for that. Yeah, and like also to ask Robert, can you please share your motivation?
Yes, it's as you said, and as Anastasia said, jokes aside, guys, there was one movie, I'll just quote, I'm not going to tell the name of the movie, when they were asking the main character, when is it enough that you stop trying, you give up trying? And exactly as in that movie, I will say the same thing, never. You just never give up, and you keep trying and doing all the time, because you're not doing it just for yourself. You're doing it for your parents, grandparents. You're doing it for your children, grandchildren, future grandchildren, maybe. And human life is the most important thing. And when you look outside and you gather all the information, people are always asking me, how could you know that much? How could you know that? How could you know that? Because we are actually collecting those information from all our participants that are all over the world. We're just not focusing on some point. And by that, you can see a clear picture what is actually happening. That this is not just isolated case somewhere. This is actually happening around the world. And the clock is ticking. We don't have that much time. So what drives you is really the knowledge that actually it is us who can change it. No, some Joe, some Bill, or somebody else. It's us. We are responsible for our lives. So we are the one who have to act and do the things. Without that, everything will be doomed and nothing will happen. This conference showed it, because the massiveness of that conference, of this forum, proved that people can unite and can work together to bring the information to all humanity. So I would like to thank every single person who participated, either by informing or by translating or by gathering the information. Thank you guys very, very, very much for what you are doing. You feel like you're a part of a big family that is united already. There's nothing else you can add. And thank you very much.
Yeah, guys. When I was watching the conference, like with each one, there's more and more understanding how many technologies there are that can drastically change our lives. And, there is no need for everyone to struggle to live in poverty and, to have any sort of financial or any other problems. Like this is so easy to fix it if we just apply what we already have. But we don't do it because we cannot even believe in possibilities. Like this is what I'm amazing about this forum. It shows that, oh wait, we already have technologies, we already have enough of wealth, we have everything as a civilization. We just don't use it because in current concept of power, we allow a few to control everything, and they think without their guidance, everything is gonna fall apart. Maybe some of these people, the wealthiest people, maybe they truly believe that without them, they are so irreplaceable, everything is gonna fall apart. But what Creative Society says, hey guys, we are in a much bigger trouble. If we're gonna allow these scientists to sit deep in the basements in each country and keep developing these weapons against each other, waste tons of money, resources, and time into it, while we have a crisis with climate, which is caused by cosmic cycles, which is caused by this radiation which comes from cosmos, which interferes with all the planets of our galaxy, not just ours. If we're not going to counteract this energy, things going to get much worse. So this is so important to get all the best scientists of the world together at one table and allow them to work together, because these are the brightest minds of our humanity. Why we use them to create damaging things instead of create something that could make all of us prosper? And as we have so many new people, new participants in the Creative Society, I would like to ask Mastermarduk, what are you excited about? What's the most exciting thing for you that you saw at the forum and it was like, wow, this thing I really want to have in my life?
It's the love that everybody's showing each other. It's the positivity. It's the caring. That really gets me. Because all of us care about each other, but we've been tricked to judge things and keep certain things away from us because of this and that. But it's the love for me. It's the love. It's everybody from different state, from different countries. And then even watching that video, I didn't know that you're I know you guys had a lot of, fan base, but watching that video, it just showed me, you were in, different, it was so many different people in different countries. It just shows me that we're all tired. That's first and foremost. We're all tired. We're all tired of going through all the negative, all the negative vibrations, and we're all starting to find out that it's all about us caring about each other and loving each other. That's going to change it. Nobody's going to change it for us but us. And the test is on us. The test is really upon the humans to see if we're going to come together and work together. Because everything that's here now, we can get rid of it and rebuild it within 2 to 3 days within all of us. So there's nothing to stop us. Only thing that stops us is ourselves and our thoughts. But just watching your platform and just seeing, all the love that's being spread, that made me wanted to get a part of it. And I'm here in the federal district is District 7, which is the Chicagoland area. And I'm born on the 7th. So it's just confirmation that my message needs to be delivered within not just the world, but it's kind of hard to say because I feel like I need a little bit more help out here because I'm like, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to, overly say anything wrong. But to answer your question, it's the love. It's the love that I'm seeing everybody show to each other. It's the caring, and that's all it has to. That all we need in life is to show one another that we love each other, we care for each other. Nothing separates you. Nothing separates me from you. Same thing with outside, with nature. Nothing separates us. We're all one. It's all connected. And once we all realize that, the world will be a way better place.
Yeah, much, much more better place. And we cannot even imagine right now how wonderful the world will be. Because, currently when we live in such a format and in such conditions, our imagination is very restricted to what we see among us. So all these patterns of behaviors, everything that we can imagine about like comfort, about life and comfort and like freedom. It's unfortunately all is restricted and a bit distorted by our current format. But when it takes and when it really goes into real freedom, into real love and real normal relationships, truly relationship between humans, that makes a lot of difference. And that's really what inspires me as well, inspires me personally. This world that we can build together, this world that awaits us. The only thing that we need to do is just like to make our steps. Of course, we need like to step over ourselves, start talking to each other, start being afraid, just stop all the doubts that we have. So we need to learn more about creative society. We need to really invest our time and our attention into building this beautiful world for all of the humans. And I'm more than 100% sure that it will work out if we really do everything we can. And dear friends, so if you have maybe any questions, if you have any kind of suggestion that you want to for the implementation of creative society, you can write to us. You can find all our social networks that are here right now on the screen, find our hashtags, email address that you can write questions to, or a website where maybe some of the questions are already answered, or you can find more about creative society, different articles, pages, how you can inform about creative society, all the design patterns that you can already use right now in order to spread the news about creative society. And it's really wonderful that we have everything in hand. We just need to start acting, start being active.
Absolutely, friends. I think it's time for all of us to stop waiting for somebody else to fix it. And, social media allow all of us to, connect, unite. And even it doesn't matter where we live in. Like, is it Southside Chicago or is it another part of the world? We all can see that, people in our neighborhoods, people everywhere, they want to live good. And it's sometimes necessity that pushes people to step over the line because, so many people in this world have nothing to lose. And what creative society is saying that we have to provide a decent level of life for everyone, so people really feel that they're respected, they have dignity, they can live with enough to actually contribute to this to the society around them. And this is natural for each person to strive to attempt to do this world a better place. I believe it is so. And this is what, according to our questionnaires around the world, this is how the people feel. We're all on the same page here. So guys, one of the best ways to spread the word is to use TikToks to make your videos. If you're watching us, share your opinion on TikTok with the hashtag Creative Society. Create this video about this project, about the conference. Share it on your Twitter, on your Facebook, on other networks. Share it everywhere. Let the whole social networks blow up with the hashtag Creative Society and with your opinion on these topics. There are so many ways to describe it, but I would encourage all of you to describe what kind of society would you like to live in. And see you at the next live conversation. Thank you so much for all of our guests for being here with us, and see you next time.